the neighbor was like running over to him to help him, and the man yelled, "Get back!" And he's like, all right. Like, for me to say, where's my daughter at? And you can say she's missing, and I'm the one that called you, I got a problem now. What's up, Team Jazzy? It's your girl, Jazzy J, and I am back with another mukbang. So today's true crime is about a victim named Felicia Barnes. She was only 16 years old, and she lost her life, of course, hanging out with the wrong crowd. But what do you do when the wrong crowd is your family? So we're gonna get into that. I call all of my subscribers Team Jazzy. So if you would like to be a part of the team, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and turn your post notifications on so that you never miss another video. Give this video a big thumbs up because I have some homemade spaghetti again. I know, y'all, I can't stay away from it. And instead of water, I have some juice. But let me tell you, it's the Skittles packet. Like, it has no sugar, and I just pour the little skinny packet into like a water bottle and then put it in a cup. So it's still a little healthy. It's more healthier than like Kool-Aid or something. But this is my go-to drink when I want something other than water. So I'm gonna pray so I can eat and we can get into the true crime story time. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the food that I'm about to receive. I ask you to make me nourishment to my body. I ask you to bless the hands that prepared it and bless my entire Team Jazzy. Amen. All right, I'm hungry. Oh, and this time, I have the Follow Your Heart dairy-free Parmesan, but it's the grated Parmesan. It's not the kind that I had last time. Okay. And it's really good. It tastes just like Parmesan cheese to me. Y'all already know, so I even gotta say it. And I'm out. I'm always out. No. So how are you guys doing today? What are you eating? I'm eating spaghetti. Made with the impossible ground meat. I don't tell the difference. My spaghetti be hitting. Can you tell I'm hungry? Oh. All right, I'm gonna get into this true crime. And a napkin. So Felicia Barnes, she was the only child, and she was a straight A student. And her father was not present in her life, but her mom knew who her father was. She was so smart that she was going to college early, and she wanted to be a counselor. Well, the older Felicia got, her mom, y'all, the son gonna be playing with us today, okay? Because I am recording this at a weird time. But her mother was like, you have other sisters. You have other siblings that I want you to know who your family is. So her father had of their children. And Felicia's mom wanted her to get to know them better so she can have a relationship with her siblings. You know, she felt like that was really important the older she's getting. And so Felicia thought that was a good idea too. You know, she's the only child. She's like, yeah, I want to meet my sisters. Well, her mother told Felicia the names and everything. She's like, you know, maybe you can find them. So she helped her daughter find her father and his daughters. So one of his daughters, so she met her sister who was older than her, and they became very, very, very close. And they lived in a different town than her mother. I hope y'all can see me. This sun gonna drive me nuts. So just listen to the story, y'all. So her father lived in a different city. And so Felicia always wanted to go visit her father. And so because Felicia's mother was so strict, she's like, yes, you can hang out with your older sister, but I want to talk to her first, you know? I want to meet her. You know how mothers are. Like, I feel like I'm going to be like that with Angel when she gets of that age. Like, you want to hang out with somebody? I need to meet their parents first, see what's going on, what they be allowing. Well, everything was fine. She met the older sister, and the older sister was responsible. So she was like, okay, yeah, y'all can hang out. The more time that had passed, Felicia started to become very anxious. She always wanted to go over there. Like, she just couldn't get enough. And she would be upset if her mom said, not right now. And so she's like, well, she's getting older and I always have a tight hold on her. So, I mean, it is her sister. Let me take my hand off of her. You know, let go of the hold. Let go a little bit. So she went through Felicia's phone one time when she got back, and she found out that her big sister was letting her drink alcohol and smoke marijuana. And so she approached her about it. She's like, this is not how I raised her. She is a straight A student. She's going to college early. Like, she plays instruments. She doesn't drink and get high. And because she is still a minor, you can get in trouble. Why would you let her do this? You know, you're supposed to care about her just as much as I do. That's your little sister. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I only let her do a little bit just to get her to open up to me. And it worked. She was able to open up to me. And so her mom is like, I don't care. If you're going to let her be self-damaging just to get her to open up to you, then never mind. But it was too late. Felicia already loved her big sister. She loved going over there, and she's 16 years old. So there is much that the mother can do, but, you know, like, y'all get what I'm saying? It would be so much of a tug of war. And so she's like, all right. So she would let her go over there with the promise of she can't smoke or drink. So, of course, Felicia's like, all right, I won't. I'm going to visit my dad. Like, basically, like, you can't stop me from visiting my dad. But really, she wasn't visiting her dad. She was visiting the older sister. So, in April, she goes to visit. She goes to visit again. And Felicia's mother is a nurse, and she was at work, and she just started having a funny feeling. She wanted to talk to her daughter. She's like, I'm having a funny feeling. you know, this is a sign that it could possibly be a bad day. Let me call my daughter, you know, so that's my safe place. It'll make me feel a little better. She called her daughter, it was going straight to voicemail. She called again 5 minutes later, straight to voicemail. So she called Felicia's older sister. And she's like, where that girl at? And Felicia's older sister was like, she's missing. And she's like, what? Like, for me to say, where's my daughter at? And you can say she's missing, and I'm the one that called you, I got a problem now. She's like, yeah, she missing. And she's like, what do you mean? She's like, I went to work this morning and I asked her, did she want to come with me like she normally does? And she said no, she wanted to sleep in. And now that I'm off of work, she's not here. So the big sister gets home from work. She's looking around for her. She can't find her. And she goes to her Facebook page because Felicia always posted on Facebook all day long. But she hadn't posted nothing on Facebook, and her tennis shoes were still at the door. So it's like, why would you leave without your tennis shoes? Her purse, cell phone, all belongings is still at the house. And she's missing, and she's not answering her phone. So the big sister takes about an hour of looking for her. That was enough time. She's like, no, I gotta call the police. So she called the police, and the police came out there. They're looking for her. Nobody can find her. They're questioning everybody. And Felicia calls her boyfriend. It was her ex-boyfriend. But he was an ex-boyfriend, but he still like hung around all them. And so she's like, I can't find my little sister. And he's like, oh my God, do I need to do anything? Let me know if you need anything. She's like, I don't know. And so he was like, okay, just keep me updated. This case started to get so big that the FBI got involved. So a neighbor told the police they saw a man carrying a big tub down the hallway. And they asked the man for help because he was struggling. So the neighbor was like running over to him to help him. And the man yelled, get back. And he's like, all right. And he walked away. Well, the police was like, okay, this is good information, but who was it? He was like, I don't know. He just moved in this apartment complex. He was moving in. And so, come to find out, the person that he was talking about that had a big tub was Felicia's big sister's ex-boyfriend. Yes, the one that Felicia's big sister called and said, my sister's missing. And he said, oh my God, keep me updated. The neighbor is like, it was him. He had the tub. I don't know what he had, but he had a tub and he would not let me help him. So why would you not want help with something that you're struggling with? You must got something in there that you're hiding, right? So this made the police investigate deeper into Felicia and her big sister's boyfriend. And come to find out, they found over 13,000 text messages between Felicia and her big sister's ex-boyfriend. They had a thing for each other, and yeah. This 16-year-old was having relations with a grown man. Not only was it a grown man, it was her big sister's ex-boyfriend. And that kind of explains, like, that's the reason why she kept wanting to go over there. So now they're questioning him. And he's just like, you know, I didn't do it. And now Felicia's big sister was like, are you sure you didn't do it? Because I remember you said, this ain't looking good. I was the last one to see her. And I just thought you were saying from the last time you were at my house. But you must have seen her when I was at work. And he's like, no, I didn't do it. You know, of course he's saying he didn't do it. So, well, then the police get a phone call from a guy who is Johnson's friend. And he said, actually, Johnson called me the day that she went missing and asked for my help with moving a tub. Once I got there, he told me what happened. He said they did have sexual interactions and he was breaking up with his girlfriend. So Felicia started crying because it's like, if you break up with my big sister, I'm never going to see you again. And so she started crying and he was trying to get her to be quiet. And he strangled her, trying to get her to be quiet from crying so much. And that's how she died. And so he needed help moving her body. And so this is what his friend is saying. But the boyfriend Johnson is like, nope, that's not true. That's not true. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't know how she died. Yes, we have text messages together, but that doesn't mean that I did it. And so he gets a lawyer immediately, like, okay, they're pinning this on me. So they find her body about 4 months later. They find her body floating in the river and they do an autopsy. But it's nothing to help the case on trying to figure out, who did it. So they go to trial and the video gets played. It is a video of Felicia's big sister, Felicia's big sister's boyfriend Johnson, and another guy. And all four of them was having a foursome. They were doing things together. They were intoxicated. Everyone barely had any clothes on. And this made the case take a weird twist because Felicia's parents, of course, had no idea. And so it was just like, ouch, because Felicia's not here anymore. So for this to come out, it's just like, that's not how I want to remember my daughter. That's not how I want the impression she's given on the world. Like, the whole world is watching this case right now. And now it has came out that she was having a foursome with her sister and her sister's friends. And when you interview her big sister, she doesn't want to talk about it. So at this point, it's looking promising that nobody really had this girl's best interests in mind. And of course the father, he's blaming it on Johnson, the boyfriend. And he's like, they were doing anything that he said because they both liked him. And, he finessed both of my daughters because, why would you want two sisters to be on you like that? And one of them is underage. So they played another recording for the jury. And they played the wrong tape, and for some reason, tapes got mixed up, and they ended up playing a audio of the detectives questioning Johnson that had nothing to do, with what they were saying. And so the judge was just like, this is all unorganized. Stuff ain't making sense. All you're telling me is that this man had sex with her, but you're not telling me that he actually murdered her. There's no proof to say that he actually murdered her. And she basically dismissed the whole case. So now this case is unsolved and there is nobody held responsible for Felicia's death. And it's so unfortunate because whether it was Johnson or somebody else, this man is free. I personally believe that it was Johnson. But I hold the big sister responsible because you are their connection and you should have never allowed that. Whether you were having fun or not, find you a best friend, but not your little sister. So that's my small opinion on it. Let's keep her name alive. And I am speaking peace to her parents, especially her mother, because I can only imagine the guilt that she has since she's the one that pushed her daughter to find and interact and build a bond with her dad's side of the family. Post notification goes to, thank you so much for having your post notifications on. Shout out to you for being the first to comment on the last video. If you would like a shout out, all you have to do is be the first to comment on the next video. If you would like to see more unsolved true crime cases, then click right here. If you would like to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss another video, then click right here. I love you and I will see you guys in the next month. Bye!